Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another vlog. It's definitely been a minute. I needed some time. I'll get to that. It is finally the perfect weekend for me to relax, do some self-care. I don't have any plans. I don't have to see anybody and no one's staying over. Those are all really great things and they've been happening the last few weeks, which is why I've also taken some time. But this week I have no plans and I was like, all right, this is the week. It is time for some cozy hobbies, some self-care, and just relaxing with all of you guys. So I'm so excited. I also am really particularly excited about this one because I have found a new hobby that I love. It's one that I am just so excited to talk about. I'll get into that in a little bit. I also wanted to share here why I've been a little bit MIA and a life update that is not so fun. If you don't like heavy things and you don't like emotions or just want to, you're not in the right headspace to talk about heavier things, feel free to skip ahead. There's no need for you to stick around for this stuff. But I kind of wanted to talk about this first and then sort of move on. And I'll put some timestamps so you can do that easily. But if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know this information, but unfortunately, I am sad to say that a few weeks ago, we had to say goodbye to Georgie, who was our sweet orange beautiful boy tabby cat. Obviously it still hurts. I did want to share what happened. I did want to do this honestly mostly for myself to talk about him. Also share this because I know that a lot of us have pets and I know a lot of you have been so sweet to our cats even just in the comments, and a lot of you are also cat lovers. I wanted to share this experience and also empathize with anyone who's gone through it. I can't guarantee that I won't cry, but I did put on makeup, so I kind of hope I don't. But I'll kind of start with real quick what happened. I'm gonna not get into a whole bunch of details, but essentially George got pretty sick last fall. He caught a cat cold from our other cat, Scout. Cat colds are pretty common. Cats can typically get over them within a couple of days. George actually almost died when he got this cold. He didn't eat for, I think it was 11 days, didn't eat, didn't drink water, which it's wild that he even survived that because male cats especially typically will go into kidney failure. We took him to the ER 3 different times over that 11 days. The last time we took him to the ER, we definitely thought it was going to be the time that we were going to have to put him down because he just wasn't getting better. And crazily enough, that last time that we took him to the ER, we got in, we were sitting there for 3 hours, and then the doctor got sick and he had to leave, and because it was in the middle of the night, there was nobody else to relieve the doctor to let George pass. So we were told to come back in the morning, and at that point we decided we're just gonna keep trying and maybe he'll pass at home. And that was a whole thing. It was the worst time. There was so much grief. It was so hard to see him so sick. The doctor said that he wasn't he didn't seem to be in pain, but he did seem to be very ill. He just was pretty miserable. Lo and behold, he made a miraculous recovery. I mean, I babied that cat. We put him in the shower upstairs and ran the water to make steam for him, and I had to give him medicine and try and feed him, and it was definitely I cared for him in those days and did everything possible to get him better, and he did get better, and I'm so grateful for that because there's something about having a pet and loving it. There's something else about having a pet who's going through something and really caring for him and not giving up on him. Anyway, I don't need to get into that whole story, but he recovered, he got better, or so we thought. A couple of weeks into this year, I started noticing just odd behavior patterns. He was back to his normal self when he healed from that illness, but there were a couple of things that I started noticing that just seemed a little bit different, particularly around his eating. Eating was his hobby, his sport. #1 Olympic winner. Like, that cat loved to eat food. I started noticing, particularly with like hard food, that he wasn't eating it as much, and so I thought maybe he had a dental thing. Watched him for a couple of weeks, got him wet food. He seemed to be doing good with that. Still drinking water, still playing a little bit. But then, like, after time went on, he started seeming like thinner and thinner. And I was like, okay, he's losing weight. He needs to be taken in. We need to get him seen. We got him seen. We got a blood panel, checked his dental. His teeth looked good. Everything looked fine. The blood panel came back that he was having basically like the cells that are supposed to be producing like good things, good antibiotics, good things to like fight off infection were not happening in his system, which was likely not giving him an appetite. Then we also had him tested for feline leukemia, which he did come back positive for, which is probably why he struggled so much when he got sick. Over the course of about a month and a half, we kept taking him to the vet, trying things, getting a lot of tests run, doing x-rays, looking for cancer, and basically ended up coming back that he wasn't getting better. And we had to make the awful decision to let him go. And it was the hardest decision of my life. Anyone else who has had to euthanize one of their best friends, it's pretty horrible. So, it was basically looking like 6-7 months of blood work and medicine and continued weight loss. And like over the course of the month and a half that we brought him to the vet, he continued to lose weight. Like, he wasn't sustaining or gaining weight, and there was nothing I could do. I bought so much food, you guys, to try like to entice him to eat, and nothing was working. And he slowly like was just not interested in the things he used to be interested in, and I could not fathom the idea of watching him diminish and suffer, knowing that like the quality of life for him was no longer there, and I would just be keeping him around because I couldn't bear the thought of losing him. And for me, that felt so selfish. And I'm not judging anybody. Like, if your experience has been different, like, when I tell you that was the hardest thing to do, and I miss him every day. But we did make that decision, and it's been so hard. Those first few days especially were the weirdest, strangest, just like everything felt off. And being in the house was so triggering because I work from home, so I am around these cats all day, every day. I know their routines probably better than they do. I talk to them like they're my people. Like, these cats are our family. And we did not expect to lose George so soon. And I have a video linked if you want to watch it of like how we found him, but it's a really special story of we rescued George from our stoop of our apartment complex. It's a long story, so I'm not going to get into it, but he was just really special in that we rescued him when we lived in Memphis, our first year of marriage, and he was just such a beautiful addition to our family. And it was scary to rescue a cat like off the streets, but he was the most gentle, wonderful, like loving, affectionate, easygoing, just beautiful boy. And I'm so grateful. Like, he blessed us so much being in our lives, and I hope that we blessed him too. It's been tough without him, and the cats seem like kind of different. Like, Misha and Scout seem a little bit like their routines have shifted because he's not here anymore, and we miss him every day. I do feel a sense of peace knowing that he is not suffering or struggling, and knowing that he is not diminishing away like day by day. I feel at peace with the decision that we made. But man, it's just not what I wanted. I think that's like what I've been saying in my head a lot sometimes when I just have these moments of like a toddler of like, that's not what I want. Like, I don't want him to be gone. I want him to still be here. Andrew and I have never lost a pet before, so this is also our first experience with all of this. Like, grieving anything. We've never lost like grandparents or anything, anybody close to us. Like this is really our first experience with grief. And it is the most miserable feeling in the world. This week was kind of my first week back to full sort of routine mode and back to like working full time and just kicking it back into gear. And that has been good for me. But yeah, not a day goes by where I don't just miss him and think of him and wish he were here. So to pivot slightly, a lot of my self-care, as you guys know, looks like hobbies and cozy hobbies at that. I like to categorize cozy hobbies as things that you can kind of do sort of mindlessly. My version of cozy hobbies, I love being able to like do something with my hands while I'm also maybe listening to an audiobook. It can just definitely be like a passive sort of hobby. And I have definitely found one that I love. For right now, I'm going to head back to work. I'm going to finish up my work day and then we will chit chat about my new favorite hobby. It's a little bit later. It's about 7 o'clock now and I have some cozy clothes on and I'm ready to get into my hobby and call it a cozy night in. I'm so excited to talk about this first cozy hobby because like I have been saying, this is something I really truly love and put off trying for so long for the dumbest reasons. I will get into all of that. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm so excited to talk about it. Hi, Scout. So I'm sure that Scout is about to sit on what I was going to show you. He's so mad at me. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have already seen this. I had the best idea to like try this out for the first time with you guys, but the weekend that I was going to do it was the weekend I found out about George and having to put him down. So I ended up just starting it for myself as like a lot of self-care was needed during that time. I'm gonna say what it is. And to this day, I still have a little bit of a trouble talking about it because it feels pretty nerdy. I am someone who like fully embraces the fact that I am kind of a grandma when it comes to the things that I like to do. It's like between like grandma and like toddler. I love coloring and I love doing puzzles, but this one just for some reason feels a little bit like extra nerdy. It is diamond painting. I'm just gonna say it. There it is. I have found so much enjoyment in diamond painting. I don't like the name diamond painting. I don't know why, it just bothers me. Some people call it like 5D art. I don't know what I call it. I guess I'm gonna stick with diamond painting. That's just the most widely known version of it. But yeah, I have become such a fan of this hobby. I found out about diamond painting a couple of years ago, probably around the pandemic. And this is actually like a really kind of new hobby. It was like created in 2010 or something like that. And I think originated in China and it's still only just now picking up popularity in the US. When I first heard about diamond painting, it was not the most aesthetic, like my aesthetic, my kind of art that I like to look at. It wasn't really like my vibe, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I think the action of doing it always spoke to me, but the art itself was always kind of difficult for me to be like, I don't know if I want to spend time like doing this really time-consuming thing for a photo of like a puppy in a bucket. When I thought of diamond painting, these are the images that I was thinking of. And this is what I was kind of only really seeing people create. And again, like this is totally fine for some people. This just isn't my cup of tea. I don't feel the need to frame diamond art. I still want it to be art that I'm into, if that makes sense. I was on YouTube, I think like a month or two ago, and I saw someone talking about diamond painting and it kind of like clicked into me again. I was like, oh yeah, I want to try that. Like, let me look into this. And the art that they posted was so beautiful. Way more my style, way more the things that like I love and gravitate to. Here are some images that I really love that are available for diamond painting, and they're so beautiful. They're so much more my aesthetic, and I actually have a couple here that I'm excited to show you guys too. I actually just finished my first one ever last night. Here she is. Here she is. Isn't she so pretty? So this is a beautiful mermaid. I loved the colors of this. I don't know if it's like totally coming through. I'll post a picture of it here so you can see like the artwork in a better way. I did this whole diamond painting one little gem at a time. If I'm recalling correctly, I think it was like 42,000 tiny individual little diamonds. The one that I'm currently working on is sitting right in front of me. I just started it this week and I only have this section right here done. I like to section off my canvases with washi tape. I think you can see it like right here. So I just work on like one of these blocks at a time. And that makes it really, really doable actually. This one is also a really beautiful painting. Again, I'll put it right here. It's so, so pretty. I really love the colors of this one. It's just been so much fun to work on. The thing that I'm realizing about this hobby, more than puzzles for me, more than coloring, more than embroidery, more than like any other hobby that I've tried in the past, it is so addicting. And I don't know if it's just a me thing. I have like joined Facebook groups. I have followed people on Instagram. I have signed up for like VIP access to some of these like diamond painting I'm not even kidding you guys. It is so addicting. One thing that I think makes it the most addicting is that my favorite website for getting these diamond paintings is called Diamond Art Club, and they do new releases of artwork every week, which makes it very difficult to not buy from them. It's just so hard because the new releases are so tempting. They end up going out of stock pretty fast. They do regular restocks, but they do go out of stock pretty fast, so you kind of feel a little bit of pressure to buy them quickly. On top of these two others that I have in progress, and then the one that I have finished, I have two more here. And then I actually also have two boxes here that I haven't opened. They came yesterday. I thought it would be fun to show you guys the other ones that I have in my stash. The other place that I really like to buy from is called Dreamer Designs. The company of the one that I'm working from right now is from Dreamer Designs, and they also have very beautiful artwork. I'm not going to unbox every single one because it can get a little time consuming, but here is another one from Dreamer Design that I got. And these kits typically come with everything you need to work on and complete the diamond painting. It comes with the little diamond painting pen and all of the tiny little drills. I have some right here. I don't know if it'll focus on it, but these are called drills. They're not called like diamonds, they're actually called drills. So I don't know why it's not called like drill painting, but I like to put all of the individual drills in these little containers. I honestly feel like I could do an entire video series on this hobby alone. Like, it is robust. I'm trying to speed through this quickly, so if you do have any questions of anything I don't cover, please let me know in the comments and I'm happy to answer any of them. So here is the other one that I have from Dreamer Designs right now. Is she not so cute? I love this artwork and I cannot wait to work on her. I'll post another photo right here again so it's a little bit better quality. I just think she's so, so cute and I cannot wait to get to work on that one. And then this one is called Herbalist's Helper. I don't know how well the picture is going to show up on this one, so I will also show a photo of it right here again. But it's this beautiful like girl working on her little like tincture apothecary herbs and spices and things, and she's got a little ferret on her shoulder. It's so sweet. I love, love, love that one. Okay, now I'm gonna unbox and show you guys the newest ones that I got. So they do all come in these boxes like this. The next two that I got are both from Diamond Art Club. This one is called Daydreaming, and it's another mermaid. Clearly, I like kind of have a thing for mermaids. I'll post a photo here again. I just think she looks so like dreamy and sweet, and I really like the color palette of this one. And then the next one that I got was a recent release from last weekend. I'm not getting any this weekend, but this one is really cool. It's a little bit different from my normal style, but I saw somebody do kind of like a sneak peek unboxing of it, and the colors are stunning. I think she looks so cool. This one is called Asset, the Goddess of Magic and Healing. And how cool does she look? Here's a better photo of this one. Isn't she so cool? This one's gonna be really fun to work on. It's a lot of like warm toned colors. Oh, I love it. And then the very last one that I don't have yet, because I just ordered it yesterday. This is probably my most favorite one that I've ordered so far. And I cannot wait to get it and work on it. It's so beautiful. It's so like my aesthetic. This one is actually from a store called Muni Made. I'll link these all down below. But this one is called The Beauty of Chaos. And look at this photo, you guys. I'll also make sure to link the artist too below. I'm forgetting the name, but it's so pretty. It's cat and like this beautiful room with like all of this kind of eclectic, warm vibes. Like I aspire to have this. I love it so much. So that's kind of my current collection. I'm gonna make this part really fast. The brief summary of diamond painting, because here I am talking about it and I haven't even shared like what it is for those of you that don't know. If you're familiar with cross stitch and how cross stitch has sort of like these different patterns and you have to stitch the thread in tiny squares to make a large photo, it's very similar to cross stitch. And instead of using thread, you're using these teeny tiny, little tiny drills / diamonds to fill in the spaces. And I'll show you guys, like I'm gonna do some B-roll after I stop talking and I think you'll get the picture. But I have this pen that I got from Amazon. We'll see if it'll focus on me. There we go. I like her colors. I will link this down below as well. And you just pick it up one at a time and you pop it on the canvas and you fill it in as you go. For someone like me who just, like I said, loves passive hobbies, you can listen to audiobooks, you can watch TV, you can listen to podcasts, you can be having a conversation with somebody and still be doing this. It's very, very satisfying. I love it. Have I said that yet? I don't know. I think I have. There are some very reasonably priced ones on Amazon. Actually, Diamond Art Club even has some on Amazon. They have an Amazon storefront and they sell like smaller ones. Really, really good, like beginner friendly ones that I would recommend trying if you want to try and get into this. I think this is a hobby that not a lot of people have like given a fair chance or shot yet. And I'm so glad that I did, because I have a feeling this is going to be kind of like a lifelong enjoyable hobby for me, much like coloring is. Okay, so I think that was a good enough overview. Like I said, this hobby is fairly robust. It's doable because they send you everything in the kit that you need, but there are definitely some other things you could get to make it even easier, better, more enjoyable for yourself. If you have any questions about it, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to answer them. Let me know if you do this hobby. I would love to like connect with you on it. Let me know if you're gonna try it, if you thought of trying it. Let's just chat about it because I'm really excited about it and I want more people to talk to you about this one. The plan for the rest of the night, I think I'm gonna go make myself a London fog because that is just my jam right now. So good. And then I'm gonna come up here and I am going to work on this cozy hobby. For books, honestly, I haven't really been feeling my books lately. I'm not gonna lie. I'm reading two. I'm reading The Villa, which is okay. It was like good in the beginning and then it just kind of like stayed and I'm getting a little bored. So I'm reading The Villa and then I also started physically reading The Chain and that is definitely fascinating, but I don't really feel like listening to The Villa. So I've been very much indulging in a lot of Bravo reality TV shows. If you know, you know. I'm watching Below Deck right now, and then obviously Vanderpump Rules, Real Housewives of New Jersey, Ultimate Girls Trip, all of those good ones. So I think that's what I'm gonna do because I'm just not feeling reading right now, and that's sometimes okay. it is the next weekend. I had, quite honestly, the hardest time filming last weekend. I don't know if it's gonna come through on camera, but I felt very off. And when I went to go film on Saturday, I was definitely not feeling good. I just decided to stop recording, stop filming. If I'm honest, I have definitely been struggling more with the grief of losing George than I thought I was. I always think I'm doing fine, and then it kind of hits me out of nowhere. But I will say this last week is the most sort of normal, new normal that I've felt in a while. I feel a lot more like myself, honestly, for the first weekend since it happened. And so I felt like filming. So I took a break when I wanted to take a break, and now I'm back here filming. We are now living the life of, if it takes me a few weeks to film something, it takes me a few weeks to film something. And I knew I said that when I returned, but it is a lot harder to put into practice in the moment. Anyway, I felt like that was a lot of rambling, but we're gonna try and proceed. So today is a week later. It's around 8:00 p.m. Andrew was gone for the weekend, which is kind of fun for me because I love spending time by myself. That sounds so bad, but honestly, we need to normalize spouses enjoying alone time. That is more than okay, especially for us introverts. So yeah, I'm kind of ooh, weekend by myself with the kitties, no plans. But tonight I went to Target and Home Goods and I got some Amazon packages. I have basically a huge haul, and I just want to show you guys all the stuff that I got because I love a good haul. That's what we're gonna do, so buckle in and get ready for a bunch of junk that I bought. So the first thing that I have to show you guys that isn't that deep, but my cats will not stop going after it, in the bag, they literally found the bag, is these mice. They're just these little mice, but they're 50% full of catnip, and both of my cats, they're staring at me right now. Sniffed them out immediately, so I'm gonna give these to them because they're freaking out. Do you want one? Do you want one? Come here. Oh, here, ready? Here, I'm gonna get it on my iPhone so you guys can see how funny this is. Okay, ready, Misha? So they clearly love it. I don't know if I could ever be a real parent because honestly, every time I'd go to the store, I think I would get my child a toy. I love bringing home toys for my cats. It's my favorite thing. Okay, if you hear them going crazy in the background for the rest of this video, I'm sorry. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. Okay, moving on. Let's start with Target and then I'll move into whatever else I feel next. The next things I got were these Mrs. Meyer's. This one is the multi-surface cleaning and this one is the room freshener. Andrew particularly loves this scent and I really like it too. I've always liked Mrs. Meyer's stuff. This is the Compassion Flower and it smells so good. And I didn't know they made a room freshener and he's going to be so excited. So I got more of this. I think they're seasonal, so I had to scoop it up. Then I got some dry shampoo. This is my go-to dry shampoo, Not Your Mother's. It's the biggest bottle. It works. I love it. The next hair product that I got, I've never tried it. I can't remember if I've shared in a video, I think I have, that I am trying to embrace my natural curls, waves lately. And honestly, it's getting easier. I am learning what I like and don't like and how to style and not to style and all of this stuff. So the next hair product that I got is the Miss Jessie's Pillow Soft Curls. I'm realizing that I like, honestly, a lotion more than a gel. I like my hair to still feel really touchable after a few days, and lotions seem to do that the best for me. This is pretty pricey. This bottle was $22, but it has been one that has come really recommended and I'm excited to try it. I am gonna wash my hair tomorrow, so if I remember, I'll let you guys know. Okay, the next two things that I got were for my nieces and nephews. I love when my nieces and nephews come over to play at our house. I am slowly building a little bit of an arsenal of fun things for them to do. I feel like I have a hodgepodge of toys that they've kind of given me to store here. But the last time my nephew Haddon was here, we were outside and we were playing and he was like, Auntie Zoe, do you have any chalk? And I was like, I don't have any chalk. I'm so sorry. So I bought chalk. So we can play hopscotch. That's what he said. He wants to play hopscotch. And then I also went ahead and got some bubbles because these kids love bubbles, okay? It never gets old. This little guy was a Target dollar spot find. I really like these kind of like tiny little plants that they have sometimes because they fit really well, particularly on my coffee bar. And I liked the way that this one looked. I thought it was really cute. It's a little boho. It's pink. We'd love to see it. So yeah, I scooped this guy up. He was $5. I thought that was a little overpriced, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like these usually go for more around like $3, but still cute. I'm glad I got it. The other Target dollar section thing that I got was this little ladder. This was $5 and I feel like that it's probably worth it. I feel like this is going to help me on my coffee bar. I'm not 100% sure yet of the vision. I feel like it would be really cute for like little syrups or maybe like little spoons or like sugar packets or something. I'll figure it out, but I definitely have a plan for it. I knew it was gonna go on my coffee bar as soon as I saw it. Okay, and then I think the next few things I got honestly were food items. Stocked up on some veggie straws, the Zesty Ranch. They are the best. I also got s'mores stuff because they just always get me. I can't say no. It's like my favorite dessert. Please don't think I'm weird, but like I love a good s'more made in the microwave. I thought that was normal. I grew up with s'mores in the microwave. And then I said that one time like very confidently to somebody and they gave me just the biggest stink eye. So maybe that's weirder than I realized, but I love a good s'more in the microwave. And Hershey's has this like limited edition white cream with sprinkles and popping candy, aka basically like it's Hershey's meets Pop Rocks. And that sounds so much fun. So I got those too. They also had these Fairlife protein shakes. I love these protein shakes more than any other. It's not gonna focus. These actually taste like milk. Like you don't taste the weird kind of like protein-y taste. 26 grams of protein in these guys. Awesome. The reason that I really like these is because I like to make protein pudding as a dessert. If you can tell, I'm a big dessert girl. I like making protein pudding with like sugar-free pudding and then you use this as the like liquid base and it's super yummy. These only come around every now and then in Costco and they didn't have them last time, so I saw them in Target and I grabbed just 3 of them. And the last 2 things I have from Target. So if you're on TikTok, you'll maybe understand this, but water talk, that's all I'm gonna say. Water talk is a subset of TikTok where people create and drink flavored water creations with flavored water packets. So these ones are like the peach tea flavored water drinking mix, you know, it's like Crystal Light. I'm so deep into water talk. And honestly, I want to speak a little bit as to why, because here's the thing. When I was on this massive journey to lose weight a few years ago, I became the most judgmental person. Looking back, I know it was all projection into everybody else about my own insecurities and how I really ended up just feeling about myself. But when I lost a bunch of weight and I wanted to be a nutritionist and I jumped into the MLM world of fitness BS and I just thought I was so holier than thou and you wouldn't catch me twice thinking about drinking these. Like I was that girl. I was like, that's poison for your body and there's all this science to prove it. And oh my goodness. Oh, I have so much love and grace for that girl now, but I have come so far and life is way too short. And honestly, I don't really care about it. And so over my time of reclaiming myself, what I like and don't like, and getting just away from all of that incredibly harsh judgment and fear mongering, I have stepped back into embracing things that I forgot that I really liked. And that's stuff like Crystal Light. and flavored water. And so I love Water Talk because it is helping me just remember that there's fun things in the world and you don't have to live your life so controlled by all of this fear. And anyway, that's probably a little deep for flavored water, but here we are. So yeah, I got some peach tea, and then I also got this peach iced tea that makes like gallons. These ones are like individual singles, and then these ones are for like pitchers, and Andrew is going to love this because he loves iced tea in the summer and the spring. So I got these. The next place that I went, I forgot that I went here. I went to Five Below. Have you guys heard of that store? I've never been. I've always been curious about them, and Water Talk did say that they had a good selection of like flavored water packets. I didn't find any of those, but I did quickly find myself like in the middle of a preteen dollar store is essentially what Five Below is. I've never been in there before. I had no idea. It was definitely fun, but I felt like I was the oldest person there. And I ended up trying to find some things for my nieces and nephews again because I quickly realized like this was not for my demographic. But I will say, they have $5 disco balls. $5 disco. This is a pretty good size too. Like what? This is a 6-inch disco ball. I got 3 of them. I'm so excited. I have one disco ball planter that I got from Amazon, and it hangs up in my dining room, which gets a lot of light in the morning and afternoons, especially when it's like summer and sunny out. But our house, honestly, oh, I just love this house. It gets a lot of light throughout the whole day, particularly when the sun is setting and the sun is rising. This room, my living room, gets beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's stunning. The light that comes through in the evenings is my favorite of all time. I can't explain it. It just makes this room feel like a warm hug. I love it. What I want to do is put these disco balls in hanging macrame planters and then hang them up by the windows and then let their light kind of reflect when the sun hits them. I want to put one in my office, and I think I want to put one possibly in our bedroom or our guest room. I want one for every room of the house, if I'm being honest. So I'm starting with 3 and we'll see how it goes, but yeah, disco balls, I love it. And then I also got these from Five Below. These are for my nieces and nephews. They love like sensory things, and I mean, honestly, who doesn't? These are great. And then I also ended up getting this like kawaii sticker bomb, 600 plus stickers and a sticker book. I got this to have for my nieces or my nephews when they come over too, and maybe they're a little bit bored and they want an activity to do. I thought the stickers looked so cute, so honestly, kind of got it for myself too, let's be honest. Okay, I think I want to do the Amazon packages next because the best stuff is from Home Goods, of course, and I want to save the best for last. So let me get the Amazon boxes. Okay, so yeah, speaking of Water Talk, I got the Sonic flavored water drinks. This one is ocean water. This one is strawberry lemonade. This I'm sure is going to be delicious. Who doesn't love strawberry lemonade? And then this one is cherry limeade, which is one of my favorite Crystal Light flavors, so I'm thinking that this one's gonna be pretty good too. And of course, you can't be a lover of Water Talk without getting a new water bottle. This one intrigued me. I like that it's glass. Here it is, I'll just show you it. So it's actually glass, and then it has like a silicone cover to kind of protect it. It comes with a straw, or you can take the straw off and drink it. It comes with a nifty little handle. I think this is a 60 gallon or 60 ounce. It's like 60 gallon. What? I really like this. I like that it's see-through, so I can see what fun flavored color water I'm drinking that day. I got the white one. I think the white will like go with any outfit or anything, so I really like this. Okay, and then this one, I ended up purchasing this massive craft storage container. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this. Okay, here we go. So here it is. It's, I think, 60 tiny individual little drawers. The drawers actually stop. I think you can like, yeah, you can take it out, but they do stop, which is really nice so they don't come flying out. The reason I got this was because of diamond painting. I have basically come to the conclusion that this is definitely going to be a hobby I will be doing for a long, long time. And one thing that happens when you diamond paint is that you will often have leftover drills or diamonds. A lot of people will just like throw them out. A lot of people will pour them into like a decorative vase and keep them. I honestly wanted to store them. I wanted to organize and store them and keep them in case I need them for later. I felt weird about just throwing them out. So I got this little craft container, and then I also bought these labels for the DMC codes, which are associated with the different color drills. And I'm going to put those codes on each of these little individual doodads and keep my drills and organize them. And I honestly think that this storage is really cute. Like once it's filled, imagine it like with all the colors filled out. I feel like that'd be so pretty. Okay, home goods. So I didn't get like a ton, but I did get some really cute things, and there's some things in particular that I'm so excited about. So first things first, I got a really cute spring wreath. Look at how cute it is. It looks even cuter in the viewfinder. I love it. So it's kind of got like a pinky purple vibe, and I like the, I don't know, is this kind of eucalyptus-ish? Probably not. I don't know what I'm talking about. I really like this wreath. I'm a fan of color. You guys know that. I'm excited about it. I love a good wreath on a door. I did buy one of Home Goods reusable bags, and I just wanted to show that. They're at the checkouts, and I always forget to grab one. I wanted to start stocking up on some reusable bags, and I thought that one was really cute. I'm honestly saving the best for last. I just can't wait to show you guys. But the first thing that I got, honestly, was this little wallet. It's really, really cute. It's got gold accents, and it's like a lavender purple. It's just a slim, skinny little wallet. It's honestly not a Home Goods trip if I don't walk away with a mug. So I did get a mug. I hope this shows up well on camera. It's this really pretty, like, kind of pinky purple, sort of mauve color with these little tiny daisies. And they're actually like, you can touch them. They're kind of like indented into the mug. It's a good size. At this point, have far too many mugs, but I love them so much. And this is Zoe. This is me. I could not say no to this one. Okay, you guys, this is the very last thing I'm showing. I'm so excited. So I am a huge fan of gold frames, like ornate frames, and I've had the hardest time finding them. I'll often go like thrifting, and if I find some, I'll spray paint them. But I walked into Home Goods tonight, and they had an entire display of beautiful ornate gold frames. I'm so in love with these frames. This first one that I got is butterflies all around the edges. And it's the most beautiful shade of gold. I think it's a 4x6, pretty regular standard size of frame, but like beautiful. Mind you, also, all of these frames are the exact same shade of gold, which I also really enjoy. They're the really pretty, like brassy gold, not too yellow or anything. This one is gorgeous as well. And it has some like flower and leaf detail around the edges. So pretty. Honestly, I like the picture in the middle too. I wish this wasn't there because I would probably keep it in there. Love that. It's another 4x6. This one is a 5x7, and it reminds me of the Anthropologie primrose mirror that I would sell a kidney to have. Oh my gosh, look at this one though. It's gorgeous. Like how, oh gosh, I'm just so excited. And then this one. This one, it's a little circle. Let me see, this is a 4x4. It's a little circle. How beautiful. These together on a wall, like mismatching a little bit, thrown in with like some other maybe ornate frames. I have a really beautiful one that Andrew got me for Christmas. I'm going to find a great space for these, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited. These are so pretty. Okay, that was a lot of stuff. I told you. I said it was a lot, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. I am going to enjoy the rest of my night. I'm going to clean up all this stuff. You should see it's all like sitting around me. Put it all away. Probably make us some more, maybe some water. And I'll probably do some diamond painting, and then I will check in with y'all tomorrow. Hello, happy Saturday. I have been enjoying my day. It's been really, really nice. Woke up when I wanted to and took a shower. Made a really good breakfast, took my time just like getting ready. I've also been doing a lot of like cleaning and organizing, and it's just been really nice. I really like it. Also, here is my hair mostly dry with the new stuff in. Now, mind you, I haven't had like a haircut in maybe 5 months. It's been a minute. The last time I got my hair done, I did not get a trim, so it's a little wild. I also use the new product in tandem with this like serum that I usually use, and I'm realizing that the serum and the lotion, it's probably too much hydration. So I do feel like it's weighing down a little bit, but I think it looks okay. I think it looks pretty good. We're getting there, slowly but surely. I wish it was sunnier out today. Unfortunately, it's just kind of moody. I have been letting the cats go out on our deck. You can't see it because it's washed out, but it's back there. There is a deck out there. We got a little deck gate for our cats. They do a good job staying on the deck. Now, George would absolutely not have had it. He would have easily jumped the deck railing down to the ground, and then Scout probably would have followed him because Scout is like monkey see, monkey do kind of cat. But Misha's content out there. Scout is pretty content out there. And it's been nice like letting them outside, but having it very safe. It's not a big deck, so they get to go outside, but they get to stay safe. They're not eating like random plants that we don't know, and it's all good. So anyway, they're spending some time out there. I wanted to show you guys what else I had been working on today. I organized this little organizer that I showed y'all last night, and it looks really good. I'm still waiting for the labels that I ordered from Etsy to get here so I can really have it nice and organized. I like seeing all the little drills organized. I have also been working on kitting up a new diamond painting. It is this one called Herbalist's Helper. I think I may have showed y'all this one. I am already loving the different colors. I think maybe over half of it kitted up already. But honestly, kitting up is one of my favorite parts of doing diamond painting. There's something really fun about like organizing all of the colors. I just love it. I wanted to share that I ended up finishing 2 books last night. I know in last weekend's video, I was saying that like books have been just not really my cup of tea lately, and I stand by that. The 2 books that I finished last night are the only books I have read so far in this entire month, and there's only like 10 days left of the month, so I'm a little bummed about that, even though I don't necessarily subscribe to the whole idea of you have to read 10 plus books a month in order to be like considered a good reader and a booktuber or bookstagrammer or whatever. I still get kind of bummed out when I don't read a lot in a month. There's something that I'm like still working on in my heart where I just feel really guilty and feel like I failed in some way. It's so silly. I did want to briefly tell you, I finished reading The Villa by, I think, Rachel Hawkins is her name. I'll put a picture of it right here. And then I also finished reading Comfort Me with Apples, which I purchased immediately. I hadn't bought it yet, but it came through on my Libby app for my library as an audiobook, and it was so good. Before I get to that one, I'll just say that The Villa was not my cup of tea. I really liked Reckless Girls. I believe it's by the same author. I thought that one was really, really fun, but The Villa was not it. I thought the first like 30% of the book was fun, and then it just stayed that same way for the rest of the book. I did not find the ending good. I did not like it. It's about 2 friends who are both authors, and they go to this Italian villa, like Airbnb place to stay together and write together. They uncover secrets, not only about themselves, but about the villa. There is a story within a story for this one, and that story honestly had me more intrigued. But the thing that bothered me about that story, the story within a story is supposed to read like a diary, but it was told from like a 3rd-person perspective. It didn't feel like a diary, and then I was just getting things confused. I didn't like it. I don't want to talk anymore about it. I just did not like it. And then the other book, Comfort Me with Apples, that was so good. It's a short story. I think it's supposed to be horror, thriller, kind of dystopian feel. It has some of my favorite elements in a story. Dystopian, perfect world, utopia, society type of thing. And then horror elements that are not like overtly scary, but they feel scary. This is the story about a woman named Sophie and her marriage to her husband. They live in sort of like this, I don't know, I imagined like a gated community type of thing, and this community has a bunch of rules, And there's just some like interesting characters who feel very dreamlike, and like you don't quite know what's going on really until the end. And the reveal at the end, I was just like, what? I should have seen this the whole time. I loved it. I want to reread it physically immediately. Now knowing what I know, it made me feel like, okay, I do still like books. Not just books, but like I think I needed to take a break from like domestic thrillers, honestly, and just find something that felt a little bit more unique in writing and in style. And maybe that's just where like my taste is starting to develop more towards. Maybe I can find more books like that. I did search on Scribd and find that a book that I purchased physically recently was on Scribd, and it's called The Honeys. I'll post a picture right here again. And I am really enjoying it so far. I think it's a young adult, supposed to be kind of a horror book as well. Honestly, it reads similarly to Comfort Me with Apples, and I promise I did not do this on purpose, but it kind of reads similarly to that, where there are some like speculative, weird things happening in this story, and you just don't quite fully understand why or what's going on, but it's a YA, so it reads easy. I'm enjoying it. The first chapter, like the very first thing that happens when you start reading the book, is this story about this brother whose sister returns home from this camp, and she like attacks him, and there's this like fight, and he doesn't know why, and so he ends up going back to the camp to find out what happened to her, like what set her off, what's going on. There's some mysterious elements happening within the camp, and it's just good. I'm really liking it, so I'm definitely going to keep reading it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep reading that book, and then ideally I will be able to finish it either today or tomorrow, and then I can end the vlog by telling you my thoughts about that book. Okay, so I finished The Honeys, and it was really bizarre. Not in the way that I like my bizarre books to be. It really honestly fell pretty flat for me. It was promising, but in the end it just didn't deliver in the way that I was hoping that it would. I can't remember how I explained this book yesterday, but basically this story is about a teenager named Mars who is a gender fluid teenager, and he is going back to his and his sister's like summer camp to investigate her weird death. Anything past that tends to get a little bit spoilery, but that's the main gist of the book, and unfortunately that's kind of where it stopped being interesting for me. I thought the pacing of this book was so strange. I think it's like 350 pages. I honestly think this could have been condensed into like a 200-page book, and it would have been so much better. This was dragging in the middle and in the end. At the end, I kept thinking it was about to end, only for it to finally end like 3 chapters later. The first like 50 pages is really good. You really jump right into it, and then all of a sudden it just feels like you're walking through quicksand with this story. I really like fast pacing in books. Slow burns aren't always my favorite unless they're done really well, and this just, the pacing was not it for me. I feel like there were also bizarre things happening that didn't really need to be in there. Like they were just there to create intrigue and mystery, but it doesn't really build on the actual plot of the story. And then as far as characters go, there's like this main girl group called the Honeys, which this book is called The Honeys, so you think it's gonna be like a really integral part of the story, and they kind of are, but like not really. I don't know. It was just strange. And I was also kind of bothered by the whole romance of this book. Like, YAs. I don't know why YA books like to just throw romance in their books just for the sake of saying that there's romance in the books, but like it was unnecessary. Can't say much more without spoiling it, but I just don't understand why it was even in the book. And then I think also the writing style, it got so weird towards the end. So weird. This one was not my favorite. Didn't like it. I think I'd give it like a 2-star. Well, I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you so much. If you have watched this entire vlog, I'm impressed. I know it was a little bit of a hot mess. Hopefully I can get back into a little bit of a routine here, but I do appreciate you watching and sticking with me for all of the highs and lows and the filming and the not filming, and yeah, that's just kind of what you get with me. So I appreciate it though. It means a lot. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.